I've got a dream. I've got an idea of. I have like 15 unfinished songs that are close to being done.
Speaking of prom, do you have a date?
I do have a date.
When you and Mr. Cider are hanging out, are you sad that somewhere out there there's a sack not being hacky?
What's up, guys? We're back. Woohoo! A little bit of a hiatus there. Sorry for that one, but we have returned to making the Free Period podcast. We heard the cries.
Absolutely. They were filling up the comment section there. Talking to everyone in my classes.
I know. We actually did get a lot of people saying they wanted us to do this some more. So we're glad to do it again. I'm excited. Eli, what about you?
I'm very excited to do this again. Been itching to do some more.
Okay, so we got some things to talk about today. Starting off with that, obviously, is the baseball season. We've seen them rattle off back-to-back wins, which is pretty solid, but 3 weeks out of the playoffs.
Whew. It's season's coming to an end. Right now, they're as high as you can be. That's back-to-back Mercy wins. They won 16-0 on Friday night, and they just won 12-0 last night. And so, I mean, you can't have better momentum right now. Everyone's getting hits. Everyone's pitching great. I mean, where do you think this team could improve? Like, how far do you think this team could go?
That's a good question. I don't really know if they... So, like, obviously, everyone can improve.
Yeah.
But we saw a lot of it last night. They're really aggressive on the base paths, which and their pitching, you're right, it's been amazing. Lorenz tossed a brilliant no-hitter on that Friday night.
Absolutely.
And then last night we got to see some great pitching from Hayden Summers in relief. So I think they have a good chance pitching-wise. I think other than that, it's just shoring up the defense, making sure everyone's no errors. And that's obviously unfair to ask, but limiting those mistakes in the field can really help out your pitchers. We saw how effective a good defense is for your pitchers last night.
Absolutely. I think now it's down to the little things, the mental side of it all, because, I mean, you saw the catcher, Nico Broyles, was able to, he didn't drop as many, which is part of what got judged with the major win. But, I mean, just like you said, like limiting the small ones, being able to make the right place when you need. They're able to connect from shortstop and second base to first get a bunch of those picks, and they only allowed one hit in the last 2 games.
It's been very impressive. Like you said, very, very impressive way. Broyles also crushed that 3-run homer.
Oh yeah,
that was cool.
That was super.
I got to see some power from them, which is something that, they obviously were focusing on this offseason. So
absolutely, a bunch of bombs there.
They started out slow though. It was a tough start to get going, but now they've been on the hot streak recently, and let's see if they can make it 3 in a row next week. That's gonna be on prom though, so I won't be able to be there, but it should be you and John Cogan in the booth.
Absolutely. Speaking of prom, do you have a date?
I do have a date. I know. Thank you. I know. I'm really excited. It should be fun. There's been problems scheduling it though. It's just like high school problems. Kids back out.
For a reminder, prom is for upperclassmen. It's gonna be on Friday, April 25th. So that's next Friday, I believe.
I believe so. At 8 to 11.
8 to 11.
Yeah.
So that will be very exciting.
And obviously, I think it's the last dance this year. I don't think there is. Do y'all have anything for sophomores? Have you already had your sophomore standoff?
We already had a sophomore standoff. That was very fun. That was the same day as the St. Agnes prom.
Oh, yeah? How'd y'all do? Did you win?
I was unable to make it. I was very sad.
You didn't make it?
I had, I couldn't go to the standoff. I had something else going on.
That's unfortunate. But I'm excited. Should be a lot of fun. Obviously, prom is a big moment in high school, and honestly, right now, I'm just trying to make it there with the full group. How was your Lent?
My Lent was well. I committed to trying to not be lazy, to try and stop procrastination that I'd been letting take control of me for like last 2 semesters, and so I was able to feel like I was pretty successful. How was yours?
It was tough.
Yeah.
So I was trying to commit to using my phone less. And the way I did that was I would put a pocket Bible, pocket gospel in my pocket and put my phone in my bag. That worked well for about the first week, and then I kind of started to fall back into it. I had some slip ups. I didn't do as good as I wanted to, but hey, I still did good. I worked hard at it, and we finished.
Are you doing any APs this year?
I have 3 AP tests. So I have AP Econ Micro, AP Econ Macro, and I have AP English Language and Composition.
Figured out Econ yet?
Ooh, not micro. not micro. And that was the first semester, too. But macro, I think I'll get a 4 on the macro. Pretty confident in myself there.
Nice.
But yeah, how about you? You got any APs?
I don't have any APs this year. I dropped a push because,
That's fair. That's fair.
but I'm doing 2 ACs class this year.
What are they?
AC English 2 with Mr. Howe, and then AC English or AC Spanish 2 with Miss Granados. She's a great teacher.
Miss
I
Granada
love
is
her.
such a lovely lady. She's a really nice teacher.
Did you have her last year?
No, but I've known her for a while, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's the head of Xavier House. So if you're in Xavier, probably know her.
if you don't know her, she also has like the most school spirit I've ever seen of any teacher, I would say.
Absolutely. It's just a Senor Granados appreciation podcast.
All right, well, upcoming now, Mr. Bishop, we're gonna do a little cool special effects here, and yeah, thank you for joining us, Eli.
Thank you, Luke.
See you later. Hey, Mr. Bishop, thank you for joining us today.
Of course, happy to.
So, starting here, you're a Jesuit novice. How long have you been doing that?
Yeah, Jesuit scholastic. So
Scholastic, my bad.
No, it's all good. The first 2 years, you're a novice, and then
Mm-hmm.
you profess vows or you leave. And I obviously professed vows, and I'm still here. I've been a Jesuit since 2018, so about 7 years, and
Wow.
going strong.
You, Mr. Sider, he's a Jesuit novice, right?
He is also a scholastic.
Oh, he's also
so
scholastic.
We're
So-
both in the same period of formation.
So neither one's better than the other.
Well,
Okay. So you teach English, right? I guess my question here is, have you always like had a dream to teach English, or is that just something you found on your studies here?
yeah, I had a dream of teaching. I started out as an education major when I first went to college, and then after the first semester, decided that that was a bad idea and changed to psychology and communication. So I didn't really expect to become an English teacher, but as I've gotten older, I've come to really enjoy reading and really enjoy writing. And I've had a ton of fun getting to teach English and be the kind of English teacher that I wanted to have in high school.
That's cool. Yeah, that's really nice. I've never had you, but I've heard friends. They're all highly recommending of you. So
Thank you.
yeah, thank you. What was the big moment where you decided you wanted to be a Jesuit? Was there one, or was there like a couple small ones?
For me, there's a big moment, a clear moment where I realized God was calling me to be a priest. That came first for me, and then later kind of figured out that that was as a Jesuit. I went on my Kairos retreat as a junior in high school at Rockhurst in Kansas City, and had this very clear moment of God saying to me, speaking to my heart. It was like my first experience of God. Really.
Yeah.
And the words were, I want you to be my priest.
Hmm.
I want you to be my priest. Nothing to this day has ever touched me that deeply. And I tried my best in that moment to respond to it. I was excited. After that were a series of successful and unsuccessful attempts to respond to and avoid that call. And so I, at different moments, was really on board with God and working really hard to be close to him. And at other moments, I was trying hard to run away and ignore that call. And eventually, I couldn't ignore it anymore, and I decided I had to do something about it. And I remember I had a moment in college where I was dating a girl. And I've got the piece of paper still in my journal. And it's essentially me sitting in the chapel writing through, like, here's this beautiful girl, could marry her, could be the mother of my children. And yet, I'm torn up inside because I think I literally wrote, if I don't at least try this Jesuit thing, I will die full of regret.
Wow.
And I went on dating that girl and didn't do anything about it for like another half a year. And eventually, though, I realized I got to do something. I got to get really serious about this and try it. And when I did, everything kind of fell into place.
Cool.
Long answer to
That's good. It's what we want, and yeah, as I said, we're editors and stuff, so it was really good. What are like some ways you're able to express to God in other people, or like be a symbol of Christ in other people?
Oh man, I try to be kind and merciful in the way that God is kind and merciful to me every single day. God is really nice to me.
Yeah.
I'm not always really nice to God or other people, and God is very nice to me. And so I try more and more to be kind in that way to my students in particular, to my brothers in community, and just everybody I'm meeting. So that's a big one.
Good.
Yeah, and then just speaking honestly, like telling people honestly about who God is, and reminding my students to pray and go to church and do all that stuff.
It's really cool. Do you have a favorite student? It's a safe space. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm trying to think honestly if I do. Not off the top of my head, no.
All right. All right.
I am grateful to have all of the students I have in my classroom in my classroom.
So we know you as Mr. Bishop. I know a lot of students know you as Mr. Bishop, but you've also been popularized as your alias Bishop SJ.
That's right. That's right.
How long have you been making
Yeah,
music?
my top secret alias, you know,
Top
really hidden.
No one knows that one.
How long have I been making music? For a long time, since I was in probably like 3rd or 4th grade, maybe even sooner than that. But I started taking drum lessons when I was in the 6th grade.
Yeah.
I played drums in the jazz band all 4 years of high school, and hanging around other guys in jazz bands, started to learn guitar. I learned to play mallets, so I played xylophone
Wow.
and marimba, like with the 4 mallets.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
And from there, taught myself piano, and at the same time too, started to like make songs with friends in our basements and hang out with each other. I was in a band or 2 in high school. So just, I was never like very good. Like,
Yeah.
but I had a lot of fun doing it, and
Yeah.
just kind of kept it up and kept doing that in college and making songs with friends in college. And when I became a Jesuit, I thought I would not make music ever again. Like I thought, that's it. I'm done with that. I wiped my hard drive. I like
Oh, yeah.
threw away all my notebooks. And then a couple years into being a Jesuit, I was like, oh, I should probably like
You wanna
make
make
some
music
music.
again? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been fruitful. No, I like, is my stuff the best? No, I'm doing it entirely by myself in my bedroom. Like it is what it is, but it seems to be fruitful for people.
Yeah. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite song you've made?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think my favorite song that I've made, it's not released yet.
Really?
So it's probably the next one that I'll release. And then I really like, it's tough. They're all different styles.
Yeah.
All different moments of my life. I like Take This Cup, which is more like
Okay.
poppy, a little
Yeah.
hyper pop inspired. I don't know, a little dance inspired, I guess. People tend to like Victorious because it's kind of old school, hard hitting
Yeah.
rap style, which I haven't done as much of lately. I guess I'm not as angsty as I was when I made that song.
You're a bit more calm now.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
more calm, a little more lighthearted.
So there is confirmed another album coming out.
For sure a single or 2. I've got a dream. I've got an idea of. I have like 15 unfinished songs that are close to being done. I just don't have the time or the energy or the desire right now to like do the incredibly tedious work of
Yeah.
editing, mixing, and then mastering those, and then making the artwork and putting them out.
Okay.
So what I might do is just like slap them all together, call it unfinished, and just put out all these
not a bad
unfinished
idea.
songs.
So there is more, which is good. You've obviously made good friends here with Mr. Cider. When you and Mr. Cider are hanging out, are you sad that somewhere out there there's a sack not being hackeyed?
What does that even mean?
Like, y'all aren't like kicking a hacky sack around, or y'all aren't doing something
I
like that.
feel like there's a double meaning here. No, I don't feel that way.
Oh, really?
No, it never
It
occurs
never
to
crossed your mind that there's a sack. All right.
me.
But on a more serious note, how is like been able to you're obviously doing English. How have the other English teachers like influenced you in teaching English? Have they
Yeah,
what have you learned from them?
sure. They take their craft very seriously, and I've learned that degree of professionalism from them. That we want our students to develop pretty refined skills as writers and readers and as young men, and to help form them as virtuous young men. And that's something I've really learned
Yeah.
from them. I think also on a more personal level, most of, if not all of the other English faculty are parents.
Really?
And so
Yeah.
they bring an understanding and the same kindness I was talking about earlier.
Mhm.
They bring that to their teaching, and I've learned a lot through that of their sacrifice and their love.
Is there a reason you only teach sophomores, or do you not have to? Do you not get a choice?
It's where I was needed at the time. I prefer teaching sophomores.
Mm-hmm.
I love teaching sophomores. Something about it clicks for me. I find them easy to understand and get along with. I think that they're capable of a lot more than they think they are, and it's really cool
Mhm.
to see them realize that. I also teach seniors in AP psychology,
Oh,
so
okay.
I do have a little bit of a mix there.
Wrapping things up here, what does men for others mean for you?
A man for others. I think of Coach Amoroso's definition of integrity, just doing the right thing even when no one's watching. Being a man for others requires us to grow in virtue, requires us to make sacrifices even when the only ones who will know of that sacrifice are ourselves and God.
Mm.
Being a man for others means working diligently to be a man of excellent virtue, so that no matter who I encounter, I can love them the way that Jesus loves them, or at least to the best of my ability,
Yeah.
like Jesus loves them. And that it will look different at every moment. But I think that's what it means to be a man for others.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us here today,
Yeah.
Mr. Bishop.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, no problem. So thank you all for watching. Of course, stay tuned. We gotta have some more stuff coming out, and obviously, if you like this, let us know. We'll be happy to make more of them. See you later.
I'm doing my best, the best that I can. The fact of the matter is I'm just a man.